In this video, I'm going to share my kitchen setup with you guys in 3 strategies. Honestly, I can't even pronounce the word strategies, so I'm going to share 3 of them that I use to keep my kitchen organized. 1 is food storage. It should always be simple and convenient. 2, every kitchen item needs to have a designated spot. And 3, keep regularly used items in reach. So I have 2 sides to my kitchen. The right side I call my high traffic zone because it has the sink, the stove, everything in between. And then we have this side of the kitchen which holds the fridge, my bulk items and vegetables, and also the pantry. My kitchen didn't always look this way. It was actually my first home makeover project, and I got to organize it in a way that works for me and my family. But let's get into this video, and we're going to start with the spice drawer. So the spice drawer sits right next to the stove, which makes it a perfect spot to organize my spices. Speaking of which, I use an expandable spice drawer organizer I found at the Container Store. I like that I could customize the corner pieces for my smaller and larger jars, and it's a great spot to tuck away my pup's monthly meds without forgetting where I even place them because we don't have a medicine cabinet. Right above the spice drawer is where I keep my 3 cutting boards. I also tuck away the scale behind them. The scale is easily accessible and it's a convenient spot for when I'm weighing and preparing my pup's meal, which is on like a daily to weekly basis. Even though the kitchen is spacious, it actually does not have a lot of counter or cabinet space. So I try to be mindful when it comes to like kitchen organization and the way I store my items. Item visibility is really important in our house. If it's tucked away in the back or buried at the bottom, it no longer exists. It doesn't stand a chance of ever being found. So visibility is a must. So to avoid that, some kitchen organization products that I use are bins. You can't go wrong with bins. Actually, yes, you can, but try not to overdo it, guys. I'm definitely guilty of overdoing it with the plastic bin addiction. Another kitchen organizer we probably all know is Miss Susan right here. This was literally the answer to my cabinet clutter issues. Okay, so moving on over to my jar cabinets. In my head, you could never have too many mason jars. As long as they're not collecting dust, I won't judge, And removing the labels only takes a few minutes to get off with soap and water. I buy a lot of jar products, so I have a lot of jars. I mean, you name the size of the jar and I probably own it. I'll go beyond just food for the mason jars and use them for like arts and crafts storage or homemade body products. Like they're really versatile. But my kitchen, and they don't take up a lot of refrigerator space or pantry space, which I really like. So it's definitely like a staple in our kitchen. So moving down to the corner of my kitchen is where I keep my cookbooks, fruit bowl, and rag bin. The rag bin does take up counter space, but I go through rags like nobody's business. Like I am extremely, extremely clumsy. So I need to have immediate access to these rags. Dirty rags have a designated spot in the kitchen as well. In the first drawer below the counter are my kitchen silverware, and I organize them in a flatware organizer. I don't care much about the matching utensils, but my silverware, they just all have to match. It'll drive me crazy. That's one of my personal pet peeves. That's a Kim issues. Let me know if you guys have any kitchen pet peeves and share them with me in the comments, and I'll meet you guys down there. I like to keep like items together. That way I'm not running all over the kitchen trying to get everything together. And when everybody knows where the item lives, you know exactly where to put it back. And that's what I call, I guess I don't really have a name for it because my family's still working on that part. So I keep it pretty limited under here. To keep it all organized, again, Lazy Susan is in the building. She really knows how to hold it all together. Yes, pun intended. Pun intended for sure on that one. And we're not gonna leave my toddler's kitchen out of my kitchen organization. This is his little spot. This is his stool when he's actually helping me on the counter, so we keep it right here. Our rag bin for our dirty rags. Over here we have his kitchen set up. I put 2 snacks out at a time inside of this. This cabinet is from, kitchen is from IKEA. Under here we have his like sandwiches and bread stuff. And on the top shelf is, what would you call it? DIY? I don't know. I was trying to make it a functional kitchen, so I DIY'd some things, and I found this little gadget on Amazon, and it allows the water to work. So if he wants to wash anything, or just rinse his cups out, that's here for it. I did have to drill these holes in here myself. And these handles I found at Home Depot. It came with plastic handles, but like I said, I wanted to look real and functional in this space. And over here we had his cutting board. This is what was on it originally. Lights up, let them pretend cook, pretend play. But because he's in the kitchen with me like most of the time, I figured it's only right that he has his own cutting board, so that when we're cutting up, he could sit at his own station. He also has the option to put them in his plate. These are plates he actually eats with. We have a whole collection in the upper cabinets, but if he wants to use these, he can. He has other play sets back here, and his ice cream is his favorite thing to play with, so I just keep it visible and allow him to practice to clean up after himself and to be a little bit more independent. On this side of his kitchen, he has his pots and pans. Sometimes I'll cook and just let him serve himself from the pots. And over here is his apron. It's just being held up by a command hook. Yeah. So starting from the bottom on this side is where I keep the pots and pans. The pots that I use usually sit at the bottom and in front. That way I could grab it once I open the cabinet. And the items that I don't use as often sits high and in the back because it's more of a stretch to get it. Again, my love for mason jars. It's pretty strong, guys. And because of lack of storage space, I do store my mixing spoons on the first shelf and my veggies and onions on the very top shelf. And I really like these metal bins because, again, visibility. The last space in organizing the kitchen is the kitchen pantry. I am a sucker for tier organizers because you can see the products better. Well, to me, you can see better. In my pantry makeover, I even did a DIY tier organizer for my mason jars using wood, cardboard, and contact paper. It was really easy, guys. Another amazing kitchen organizer I discovered this year are on-the-shelf storage baskets. Why am I just now knowing about these this year, guys? This is such a great way to maximize the space in the pantry or cabinets or wherever you decide to put them. Snacks can look a little cluttered, so using wooden bins. For a bread bin, I do like to keep it clear so I can know what's available. If you guys have seen my cleaning videos, then you have definitely seen the spray bottle. That wraps it up, guys. This is how I keep my kitchen organized and create a space that I could enjoy creating meals and I guess warming up my puppy's food as well. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye.